Hello.
Good morning.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're Vida Vegan. We've got Jess,
Hello.
Michelle, Janessa. And today we've got Michelle Lee. She's a creative professional. She's going to be talking about design and branding at Vida Vegan Con this May in Austin, Texas. And we're going to ask her a few questions and probably just stare at her and her cute cat for a little bit. So first, Michelle, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So first thing first, right now Expo West is going on. Is there anything that has been catching your eye over there? Any new fun products?
Well, I heard that there was a field roast party last night, and considering we can't get field roast in Canada anymore, that actually sounds kind of awesome. And really anything that we're not going to be able to get here sounds amazing. I hear Daya is I'm going to turn this down a bit. I hear Daya is coming out with a Greek yogurt. And it's so funny because Daya is
mac and cheese.
Sorry?
And they've got a cashew Alfredo mac and cheese.
Oh yeah. I saw those boxes kicking around. Yeah. It's funny because Daya is literally like a 10-minute drive down this way, and we're probably not going to get that stuff right away. We're probably, because of Canadian food packaging laws, I guess for bilingual reasons, but also for like nutritional content and all that stuff, we get stuff much later than you guys, if we get it at all. So the fact that Daya is right there and we're not going to get some of this new stuff, probably for, I don't know. No one has actually said when we'll get it, but it usually takes a while. It's kind of like,
Wow. I seem to recall you making a lot of, not sneaky, legal trips into Seattle to visit some of the vegan haven for goodies.
Definitely. We also drive down to Bellingham, which is like an hour and a half away, and go to, we get all over the co-op and Trader Joe's, and do our day trips and come back with lots of stuff. Take orders from people in Vancouver.
What do you think happened at the field roast party?
I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Other than just like eating stuff, but
I kind of imagine that all the confetti was made out of seitan.
Seitan, and we tried some of the chow cheese a little while ago, and it was amazing. I'm not a huge like cheesy person, but it was so good, so
That
good.
is so good.
Yeah.
We need only grilled cheese in my house again.
That's just yummy. So you just got done organizing an incredible event called Vegan Prom. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what it is and how it got started, and then how it went this year?
Well, it started when there's somebody who used to help, actually, who started organizing it. Her name is Nicole. She's not organizing anymore because of life reason. She would look at the vegan proms that were being held in Portland and at that time I think it was just Portland and New York, and she was like, we need to have one in Vancouver. We need to have fun things because all we do is have potlucks, and you can really only have so many potlucks. So she approached me, and we started going through our group of friends to see who would be good at certain roles. And actually, we've got the friends in our circle are really super talented at so many things. So we found somebody to do financial stuff. We found a project manager, somebody to do writing, and I do design. And yeah, we pulled all of our resources together, and we pulled it off in a few months. That was in 2011, and we've had 2 since then. This past one was it was our most successful one. We got amazing sponsors. We got so many things for the raffle table, and like amazing food from all around the city, and it was really great. It was a lot of fun. It's so much hard work, but after you pull it off, it's just so rewarding.
The pictures look so great. Did you dance to anything?
Did I dance to anything? Is that what? Yes, a little bit.
How many people came?
We had 157 people come, and my girlfriend Jill is the treasurer, so she was like coaching me with the numbers. Yeah, 157, which was a little bit more than the previous year. We were aiming for 200, but it was actually really packed. 57 people is actually a lot of people, so I'm really happy with that number. Yeah.
Oh, are you going to do it next year?
That's what people keep asking. People started asking me the next day. I'm like, tired. Don't want to think about it. But yeah, I think we've got a postmortem, and I think that we will. I mean, you guys, I mean, it's just, I don't know, the three of you mostly, and planning Vida VeganCon, which sounds exhausting, but really good. Yeah.
I'm drinking coffee.
Always. Yeah. We always drink the coffee.
Yes.
I like your mug a lot.
Thank you.
So cute.
Well, I wanted to ask you more. What is the vegan scene in Vancouver like these days?
It's funny. It's grown a lot. I moved here in 2008, and at that point, I really had to search for people to do things with, and there are a lot of meetup groups, and so I met people there. But in terms of a scene, there really wasn't much of one. There was an animal rights group, which are still active today, but other than that, there wasn't a lot. Then at some point, bake sales started happening, and then kind of potlucks became a little bit more, and now we have secret suppers, and with vegan prom, I feel that really adds something to the vegan scene and helps build the community a little bit. And we just got, now we have three upscale restaurants, which is really nice. So, for birthdays and stuff, we have somewhere nice to go. And then in the fall, the newest vegetarian restaurant, well, not the newest, but another vegetarian restaurant opened called Meat on Main, which is kind of funny. It's MEET, but it's kind of a play on the word meat, and it's amazing, and it was exactly what Vancouver needed. It's a lot of comfort food. It's fairly casual, but comfort food was a thing that people really needed here, and we finally have it. So the scene has grown a lot. The community has grown a lot, especially with Facebook. Strangely enough, we have a Vancouver Vegans page, or group that just seems to keep growing and growing. So it's kind of a nice way for people to connect and for us to kind of get the word out for things like meetups and prom and like protests and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Can I ask the Vancouver Facebook group? Do you guys is it pretty friendly? Or in the Portland community, we had to start a second page called Fight Club.
Oh my God.
Nasty.
Yeah, there has been some nastiness for sure. Like I remember I posted something about like a local company who was making nut milks, and I was excited. I posted a link to it. I was like, hey, this exists, and that was it. And I had somebody which I felt like almost tear me apart over it because they were so expensive. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of but there are people. There's definitely a lot of people who police other people and get a little opinionated, a little unsupportive of other people's thoughts and opinions. It's not terrible.
No, and that's the sign that you've got a large enough and old enough community that you're allowed to argue, you're allowed to discuss and debate, and it's a big field. Not everyone's going to play well together.
And it takes that kind of passion to drive movements forward too. So
Aww. Well, let's talk about you're obviously awesome. And so awesome that you let me crash on your couch on my 30th birthday when I ran away to Canada.
We weren't even there. I feel badly, though, too. We were barely even there.
I kept it kind of a secret. But also, I was just doing this crazy get out of the country thing on my way up to Victoria, right? But let me ask you, as someone who is so lovely and you're so passionate, what is the overlap? You know, we're talking community and support of being queer and vegan in Vancouver. What's that overlap in the community?
There's surprisingly quite a bit of an overlap, which we were able to see even in our first vegan prom. There are a lot of queer couples together at prom, and it's a really nice, heartwarming thing, because we do when we put on the event, we do make sure that we're as inclusive as possible, and we pay attention to whether the event is accessible, and that's a huge thing, making sure that the event is accessible. We turn the washrooms into gender-neutral washrooms. The thing, I don't know if Vancouver is just kind of if that's just the kind of the climate in Vancouver, but there are a lot of people in the vegan community and in the queer community who recognize just oppression in general, and it's I guess it's kind of like when you open yourself up to recognizing certain systems of oppression for yourself, it's easier to open up your mind and see it elsewhere. So I think queer and vegan overlaps really well, because you have to come out as a queer person. You have to have that sort of that insight. You have to recognize certain things within yourself and what you have to deal with, and then to be out, you have to deal with that stuff. And once you start doing that, you can see it elsewhere and help to kind of change those systems, or help not to kind of fall into those systems.
Well said, Michelle.
Beautiful.
Well,
Yeah.
and we're excited that you are bringing your expertise in life and branding and design to Vida VeganCon.
Indeed.
Yeah, so tell us about your class. We're really excited. Design and branding in general is something a lot of people are just stumped with.
Yeah.
It's not a skill set or even a thought that a lot of people possess. So yeah, tell us, what do you have in store?
Well, I want to talk about kind of different levels of design and branding. I want to talk to people who are just starting out, like very basic DIY stuff, very basic information, information that will just help people create their own voice and recognize what it means to create your own voice, and recognize what it means to create a brand to present to people. And then kind of go up from there. People who are maybe who already have something kind of going, but they maybe need a little bit of help pulling stuff together. And I want to offer a lot of advice on where to get certain things done. Like so, for example, logos. How to develop a logo for somebody who doesn't have the software or the skills. What does it mean to create a logo? Because it's probably not what people are expecting. It's probably not what people would think that they would have to do. People say things like, "Oh, I can't draw," and you don't need to be able to draw. You don't even really need to have a really strong design eye, but just recognize what kind of what people would look for in a logo, like what would be just things to keep in mind for developing a logo. Like, there are online resources where somebody who has absolutely no money or skill in design at all, there are online resources where people could actually go and just create their logo, for free. It's not the best way to go about doing it. If you are looking to maybe make money from your blog, or a lot of people, I think, have this idea that they want to get like a cookbook deal or something. So if that's the way people are going, then they may want to consider their design and branding on a slightly larger level, just to get that exposure and that attention.
Yeah, I think as more and more people are kind of creating themselves as their brand, this class is going to be, I think, is going to be really popular, and I want to come to it and see, because that stuff, it fascinates me. I think, yeah, as more and more people develop themselves as their brand, it's going to be incredible. They're going to learn so much from you.
And so many people our community in, VBC attendees, they're moving beyond even themselves as a brand, and they're creating companies, they're creating products.
Yeah.
So I just think you're going to have a varied audience here. Making a business in a vegan sphere, I think, is something a lot more people are dipping their toes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is going to be a fantastic class.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you have any quick tips you can share with designers out there right now as a little amuse-bouche to your class?
What did I write down? A couple of things. Tips. I was talking to my girlfriend about it last night. She's like, remember we were going to talk about fonts.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one thing that we were talking about last night about logo design, and like I already said, it's probably not what a lot of people are expecting. If people are developing their own, and a logo isn't like the sole element of branding, but it's kind of a more recognizable one. If people are developing a logo, do not get crazy with fonts. You don't have to create like some really intricate thing with like all these colors or like this really clever graphic or anything like that. I don't know if that's really a quick tip. It's a little bit more advice. Templates. Templates are great. There's so many amazing templates out there. If you have a blog, you don't have to build anything from scratch, and I think most people probably don't. But there are amazing templates out there that will really help you. Help you put your information out there. And what was the other thing that I had? Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I have a list of resources.
Go-to font?
Sorry?
What's your go-to font?
Don't actually have a go-to font. No, I do. I think it's kind of a common font, a popular free font that's out right now called Mission Gothic, and it comes with a partnered Mission script. They're so beautiful. They're so common though right now. They're so popular because they're a bit of a retro feel, and a lot of people are using them. So the one thing about, and so the script is very recognizable. Just the straight up sans serif font is really nice. It has a bit of a retro feel, but it's not too styled. It can get used in a lot of different applications. I used it for the vegan prom stuff. I don't know. I really like it. Oh, you've frozen.
I think you just.
Maybe we're getting you back.
Can you see us?
I can see you now. You're a little pixelated. You're
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. The U.S.-Canadian borders are not really happy with your talk today.
Yeah, you probably labeled your video wrong, and Canadian standards are unhappy with it. It's probably not by
I think it has to do with field roast somehow.
Yeah,
or like a Canadian meat and drink board. Yeah. Well, Michelle, what font, when you see it on a store sign, makes you cringe inside?
As a designer, I think I'm contractually, which is obligated to say Comic Sans or Papyrus. I think I have to say those. They're terrible. I don't hate them as much as I should. I think there's time and place for that sort of thing, and a lot of people don't understand the time and place, and I get that. But I don't have a font that drives me absolutely nuts. I don't know. Equal font person.
Yeah, you're very nice.
Well, let's talk about Austin and Vida Vegan. Have you been to Austin yet?
No. I'm looking forward to eating all the tacos.
All of them.
All of them. Yes. Yeah, no, I'm really, really excited. I actually don't really know much about Austin other than the fact that it's very vegan friendly and that it's this weird little uh, oasis in Texas. I'm looking forward to being in Texas in general. No, the video stopped again.
Trip out of it? Are you coming for the whole week and doing a lot of activities around it? Are you coming just for the weekend?
Well, my job gets really busy in the summer, so it's the fact that I'm able to take a couple of days off is kind of a big thing. So I'm probably just coming from Thursday till possibly Monday.
Yay!
Yeah.
Is Jill coming?
Jill was going to come, but she has very few vacation days, so we made the decision that she would use her vacation. We're planning on going to Hawaii in the fall, so we can use them now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Okay.
tell us, you guys have been to, is it Peru a couple times now?
We went to Peru about 2 years ago, and we went to Panama last year.
Oh.
You took the best pictures of sloths I've ever seen.
Oh my God! Yeah, yeah. I cried. I seriously cried. I laughed at myself, but I cried. I bawled. I was like, "They're so beautiful."
How is being vegan any to
Sorry.
Incredible.
Which location was more vegan friendly?
In you mean between Panama and Peru?
Yes, please.
I think I don't know. It's kind of equal. I think we had a little bit easier in Panama because we stayed at an eco lodge, and the owner was vegetarian, so she was able to modify our meals really well. Even bought like soy milk, and Jill has a coconut allergy, so we went into town with her husband, and bought coconut-free muesli. They were really accommodating. Yeah, but then Peru's got a lot of potatoes and corn, and it was really delicious. So I think they're kind of equal.
Cool.
Sounds incredible. What is yours? So speaking of traveling, do you have a go-to sort of travel snack or any food items that you like to take with you?
Well, we did this is our new thing. We like to go hiking. We did a 9-day hike in September, and we had to bring all of our own food with us. So we borrowed a friend's dehydrator. And one of the things that I'm totally crediting Jill with this because it worked out brilliantly, is we made a pasta salad. So we cooked the pasta and dehydrated it. I'm not really sure if we necessarily have to do that, but we dehydrated it along with. It works without dehydrating? Okay.
It works so much better dehydrating.
Oh, it does.
It defies logic. But if you cook it, then dehydrate it, then something magic happens. I can't explain it. It should work, right?
Okay, good, awesome. We dehydrated artichoke hearts and olives and so many amazing things, and added hemp hearts to it, and then in plastic baggies, and just added boiling water. And by lunchtime, it was amazing. We added a little bit of oil, and it was incredible. We also did a dehydrated tofu scramble. So we don't actually own a dehydrator right now, but I think we have to get one because so if we were going to go to South America again or somewhere where we're not sure that we'll be able to get a lot of vegan food, and that's perfect. You throw them in like Ziploc baggies and then just add boiling water. It's amazing. I think that's become our go-to.
That is incredible. That's the best travel tip I've ever heard in my life.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, Janessa mentioned, she loves looking at your pictures of your trips. I like looking at the pictures of your life. Tell us, how do you keep your Instagram so engaging?
I would never even really think of my Instagram as engaging at all. I actually I don't care
The
about
pressure is on.
I like bright colors. I like contrast, like just various design things. I'm very visual. So in terms of the content, I was using my old Twitter handle for a while, which was To the West Side, because I moved west. But now I was like, let's be honest, it's going to be about food and cats. And so if food and they like cats, it kind of, the content kind of writes itself. I don't really care about what people want to see or don't want to see. I put stuff out there that I want to put out there, and if people are interested, then I guess that kind of works.
You speak such truth.
I just don't care.
I love it. I love it.
So what else do you have going on? Do you have any big projects? Are you doing any other speaking? What's going on?
Well, I'm the bridesmaid at my best friend's wedding in a month, so I have to do a speech. No, in terms of speaking, I took partly for well, not partly, because of Vida Vegan Con, I took a public speaking class. I signed up for a public speaking class. So that ends on Monday, when I do my final speech. But other than that, no. I've been really, really busy for the past few months, to the point of feeling overtaxed. So I'm taking a little bit of time to just kind of regroup and get myself together. I am working on a project right now with somebody, and we're going to launch a website within the next week or so. But after that, I'm taking a little bit of a break. I work full time anyway, so really the break is in the evenings. But it would be nice to have some evenings back. Yeah.
Well, good luck on your speech.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing it on color theory.
Wow, that's cool. I would like to know more. What is something that you're looking forward to about Vida Vegan Con this year?
Oh, it's funny because I haven't had a blog in a really long time. I have a blog that I neglect, and the past couple of Vida Vegan Cons, I felt kind of guilty for going because I didn't have a blog, and I kept saying, I refer to it as deconstructed blogging. So I was like, I do Twitter and Instagram, and so I do social media. So it's not really a blog. Yeah. So I don't know. I just really like going. I love the feeling of bringing everybody together, and we talk about awesome things, and people are there, and they're there because they're passionate about veganism, and it's such a great feeling. It's such a great atmosphere. So you guys do such a great job. Yeah, hug yourselves.
Thank you. It's so nice to hear. Yeah, Vida Vegan kind of definitely moved beyond, when we thought of it in 2009, blogging was still coming up. Yes. I think now it's sort of hit the pinnacle. So it is now a lot more about microblogging and social media and connecting really in so many different ways. So it's,
or becoming a kind of reference spot.
Yeah.
I love
so that's great. Yeah, you don't need to have a blog to come. I don't write a blog anymore.
First one in 6 months, yesterday.
Yeah. Wow. You changed your blog name, I saw.
I like to change things around.
Yeah.
Like you said, who cares? I do this for me. Well, that is exciting, and we are excited to have you there and feed you.
Great, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
We'll give you lots of breakfast tacos, and then there'll be way more breakfast tacos all over.
And then lunch tacos.
Mm-hmm.
And dinner tacos. Yeah, great, thank you.
We're so excited. Do you have anything else that you want to share with people or anything to ask us?
I don't. Other than how are you guys feeling about the upcoming Vida Vegan Con?
Good. It's coming up. It's coming up close. We're excited because this year we have the bazaar for the first time. So the last 2 years we had a gala on Saturday night. This year we have the bazaar on Friday and the conference is on Saturday and Sunday. And the bazaar is it's going to be such a fun event. It's open to the public this year, so everybody can come. They can visit all of our exhibitors and vendors and meet authors, and there'll be panels and talks and food trucks. So it's just going to be an incredible experience that I think that's a really new, fun thing to plan. And, of course, it's a whole separate event. So that
we were going to keep it simple because we were going out of state, but then we didn't. So
we keep adding to our state. But, we just want to create the best experience we can for people who want to come. So it feels really good. It feels really busy and really good.
Yeah, excellent.
I like trying new things.
Yeah, I think that's great. I love how open that. I love the gala for sure, but I love the idea of just having it a little bit more open on the Friday before things actually really get started. And yeah, you kind of like mill about and talk to people and kind of like get into the spirit of it before the con starts.
There's at least like 2 after parties that we've heard of on Saturday night. People are talking.
Yeah, I know.
I tried to keep quiet.
When is it?
But,
cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Michelle. It was so fun talking with you, and we're so excited about the class. I want to come and learn from you. It sounds amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah, and so thank you very much.
Remind us where we can find you online.
Well, right now, I Instagram at Food and Cats. FOOD underscore no underscores NCHEZ or Z for Americans.
Cool.
Well, great. Well, we'll look you up and look at pictures of sloths and cats and food.
Yes, and there's some beer there too.
Find us at vidavegan.com.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good day.